Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Now we are talking about the next exercise, that is 608, and it is showing the relation of two different variables. Like if you look at the question number one, it is showing the positive relationship between the height and the hand span. And you can see if the height is more, definitely hand span is more. And how, for example, if you look at the data in the question one, what it actually happens. For example, if we are plotting it along the x-axis height, and like the minimum value where we're getting is 145 like that. So it started off with 140, then it is 150. So it is showing this plot 160, 170, 180, and we have 190 over there, then 200, for example. And the same way, the handstand, that is having the minimum value of that like that. And that is also like minimum value of 145 like that. So this is a unequal, means you have started it off with 140. Then each of the big, you can see how many small squares are there, 10 small squares are there. It means each of that on the graph, each of that small square is showing the one. Okay. Now we are moving 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, and 190. Okay. So if we'll plot the values, if against each student's height, for example, one student was having the height of 158, you can see 158. In the data, if that is having the 160 as the handspan. So this we will plot out there. This will make the straight line. Straight line is already moving on a graph, and against the 160 that is moving. So we are now joining it. And one point that is showing the coordinate system. That is showing the coordinate system graph. And similarly, if we're plotting like one of the value, 140 was there, or 145, like after small five graphs, if we are getting 145 out there, and what's that iron span? That was like 170. So it means that value is basically exaggerating from this point. We already have our straight lines out there on the graph, and we are joining 145 with a 170, and we are getting this point. This is how we have plotted the point, because this point is showing the x value as 145 and y value as 170. I hope you have understand that. It means from the x-axis, we'll draw the line along the y. From the y-axis, we'll draw the line towards the x-axis. So this will be along the vertical line, it will be horizontal, and from horizontal, it will be vertically plotted. And by joining them, we are getting the plot. And now I have plotted that out, and the values are x and y-axis. We have plotted the values for certain values. For certain values, this is what we have discussed. 1 and 2 physically we have drawn, but the others we have already drawn directly. For example, 190, that was 185, so we are drawing this. So you can see the scatteredness out there. But you can also observe this thing, that one value is basically increasing like that. If I draw the freehand curve out there. So this is actually in order to make you the sense of it, that one variable is increasing, other is also increasing. If the height is increasing, the hand span is also increasing. Definitely, if the height is more, definitely hand span will be more. So these are having the positive relation, and this is how we will have the scattered plot graph. This is how we will scatter the plot out there. This was the first question in which we have plotted, and we have discussed what is the relation between them. That is the positive relationship between two variables. Positive relationship between height and hand span. Okay, so these two variables, these two qualities of that data, that are basically attribute related to a person or a student, and both are having the positive relation amongst them. So this is how we have analyzed this data, and on the basis of which graph? This is the graph which is called a scattered graph. Okay, so this was the first question.